dear Moessieurs followers, and welcome for that new video dedicated to the Smart Morph on ESP version 3. On the first video we have seen what is a Smart Morph, how to create it, how to make sound with it. On this second video, the today's topic is about optimize that, and my advice is to work with what you have created on the Smart Morph. But just before to start, if you like the video content, please click on like. That's very important for me to know that you like the content I provide for you on YouTube. And it's very important for the channel too. And you can also click on the boost. It's free and it allows to make my video on better place in devices done by YouTube. So thank you in advance if you go on that way.
In the first video, we created the Smart Morph. Now, I'm going to give you some tips about how to optimize and work with all of this. The first thing to understand about the Smart Morph is that here I have my part 1 and the original bass is no longer there. You need to remember to rename your performance, save it as a new performance, and change its category if need. To build the Smart Morph, you can have parts from 9 to 16. We no longer have seamless sound switching, which allows us to change performances without any sound cutting. This may bother you because you want to create sounds with the Smart Morph, but you may not want to lose the SSS. How can we do that? Once you've worked in Smart Morph Edit, done everything you need, like made the super knob path, use learn several times to found the sounds you like, you don't need any more to keep parts from 9 to 16. Parts 9 to 16 are only used to build the Smart Morph. Your Smart Morph is on part 1. So you can delete parts 9 to 16 like that. That just means you won't be able to modify any more the content of the Smart Morph with Learn. I can still use the Smart Morph, I can still change my sounds on it. I still have my super knob path created in the first video. And I retrieve now the SSS. One other point, when working with the super knob, you have the option to activate or unactivate the link. I can start playing on a point like this. Then try clicking quickly on my blue point again. By activating the super knob link, the blue point is directly connected to your path. If you're working with the super knob, I recommend activating the super knob link. But maybe you don't need the super knob path for your using. You want to use the super knob for something else, changing effects, filter cutoff, or volume management if you add other parts. These 3 sounds you have here, this one, and this one, are the sounds you like. You want to have them in direct access. How can you do that? I'm going to lift the super knob link. I'll be able to go right there to my first sound. It's important to have now the copy functions on ESP because you can copy part 1 to part 2. What you need to understand is that part 2 doesn't have Smart Morph. Part 2 is the extraction from that point on the map. Now if I play, I have both sounds together. If I come back here, you can hear that I have 2 different sounds in layer. What I can do is go here, to this point. Very important, watch out, made the copy from part 1, because that's the one with the Smart Morph. From part 1 to part 3, I have my second point. I come back here. I go to my third point. Still from my part 1, I made a copy from part 1 to part 4. I switched to common to have this view and work with the keyboard control. Here, part 2, I have this sound. Part 3, the second sound I chose. Part 4, the third sound I chose. Of course, you can work with scene memory to activate the keyboard controls. I'm not going to do that. You can watch my scene memory videos to see how to do this. You no longer been interested by keeping the Smart Morph since you have created the 3 sounds you wanted. Now you can do this. Delete Smart Morph. It's deleted. Only do this when you no longer need Smart Morph on part 1. I play my part 1. You can hear that this is the last point I selected in my Smart Morph. It's no longer the original bass. You don't get the bass sound coming back when you delete the Smart Morph. Remember this too, you can't delete part 1, and that ANX polyphony is 16 voices. You can do a copy exchange. Part 4 will replace part 1. I can delete part 4 now. I keep only my 3 sounds. Don't forget to save this performance again. One other point, related to the Smart Morph creation, on the first video, I had the bass sound here in part 1. I added my electric piano and my synth string, but when I did my learn, afterwards, I completely lose the bass sound. If you want the bass sound to be included in the Smart Morph, in addition to part 1, you have to set it on one of the parts from 9 to 16. Set the bass here, electric piano there, synth string here, do learn, and you'll have interactions with all 3. Last point to finish this video, what sound choosing to start on part 1? I took an example with a bass on the first video. It was to make you hear that we no longer had the bass sound at all. Wouldn't it be better to choose an init ANX part? It depends on what you need. If you really want to build everything from scratch without super knob settings, controllers, effects, arpeggios, build everything on your performance, I strongly recommend you to start with an init ANX part. On the other hand, if you want to use a pad, for example, to simply mix it with the synth clavie. This starting pad has the effects you need, it has the super knob settings you want, the arpeggios are good, there's even motion sequences, it's perfect for you. Then, start with this one, and don't forget to set it here, on one of the parts from 9 to 16, to incorporate it into the Smart Morph interaction. You'll then benefit from everything it originally had in part 1. It's a quick way to get a good start base for working on your Smart Morph performance. After that, it's up to you to work keeping the Smart Morph, or create sounds like I just did, and delete the Smart Morph map. That's video ending. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the content interesting. Feel free to click on like, and I also invite you to click on the boost button to highlight this video in YouTube suggestions. If you want to learn more quickly how to use or take in hand your Montage M ESP, Camelot Pro, or any of the Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboards that I use, or also Cubase MIDI and audio recording with them, you can request your Moessieux masterclass now. It's online through Zoom. You choose your session topic, and you can download your session video to watch it as many times as you need. If you are a Moessieux YouTube community member, you will get 15 minutes extra time for each session. How to become a member? Just sign up on YouTube. It's a monthly subscription of €3, and you'll get more than just the 15 minutes extra time. You'll get to see all my videos in preview, without ads, almost 2 months in advance, as well as my private videos without ads too. Don't hesitate to join the Moessieux YouTube community. See you soon for a new Moessieux video.
Would you like to discover, learn, or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moessieurs Masterclass now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Moessieurs' expertise, Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboard specialist and consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk live team, music hackspace instructor and host of the Camelot Pro Sessions, Joel take care of your experience level. Whether you're a beginner or a skilled user, get the most out of your Yamaha synthesizer, stage keyboard, John Mayla's software suite or Camelot Pro. Book your session for your personal Moessieurs one-to-one session. It's available for users all over the world through Music Hackspace platform. It's easy. Select your date and time from the Moessieurs calendar available slots on your time zone. Thank you for watching this Moessieurs video. Do not forget to click on like, subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is online. Do not hesitate to write a comment or ask a question. See you soon, bye!